is in the area, went to one of the churches, and she put this about, do you want revival? I think it was very powerful. I want to share it this morning. It says here, the prophetic word was given in August 2008. She said, do you want revival? Do you really want revival? Do you want revival the way you expect me to bring it, or do you want me the way in which I want to bring it? Because the way that I want to bring it may not be the way that you want it at all. Whoa, that's pretty good. If I ask you to do strange things, do you still want revival? If it makes you look foolish, do you still want revival? If people turn against you and say, it is not God, do you still want revival? If you ask me to come in revival, you must be prepared to accept me the way I want to come and not how you perceive I should come. I came to Israel as their king, but they expected me to come as they perceived a king should be and missed me altogether. So many ask me in this day to come in revival, but miss me because they are not prepared to accept the way that I choose to come. Isn't that true? Oh, that's a bit flaky. There's someone doing rolls on the floor. This can be of God. That lady's got a demon. She's a sinner. Anyway, when you ask me for revival, are you asking for what you want or for what I want? Because if it is what I want, be prepared to accept whatever it is. And I ask you, I ask for you and what to do through you. Be prepared to lay down yourself for preconceived ideas of revival and accept that which may have never been seen or heard before. Whew. For those who are willing to accept my way shall be given wisdom and discernment to know what is true and what is false, because there is order. For with revival comes division and persecution, but also my power and glory is made manifest in a way that changes lives and brings many into the kingdom. When you ask for revival, are you asking for that which fits in the confines of your comfort? And if it is not, will you reject it and label it not of God? So I ask you again, do you want revival? If so, your revival or mine? Powerful word, eh? We want revival. We hunger for revival. We get out and we seek God's face and we want it. And it all starts individually. And individually, someone will just catch fire, and not literally, and it'll be the Holy Ghost all over them. And great things will be happening. And then it'll just break over here and then here, and like tongues of fire will drop, and next minute it'll all start breaking out. And not only just signs and weird stuff or whatever, but I'm talking in their hearts will be changed forever. I don't know about you, but I'd like to see a revival that lasts forever. I'm sure that's God's heart. Not just one full of fluff. You know what I mean? Experience, and then it goes. Revival comes because transformation happens in people's lives. See, the law is important, like these Pharisees know. The law is important because it reveals sin. Roman teaches us that. We've got to have law because it reveals sin. But it's no good pointing at the finger at people who don't even understand the law or have the law. There are non-Christians out there who don't know what they're doing is wrong. Oh, but Pastor, it says God's laws are written on your hearts. But some of these guys are doing stuff and they really don't understand. And you can point the finger. We can't do that. There are people as Christians, as we grow, they come and become a newborn Christian. And you know what? They're still doing things that they always used to do. And we mature Christians, full of our blindness and law and tradition, judge them. You should be over that now. Give them time to grow. Give each other some grace. Amen? We've all got problems. Everyone here has a blind spot. I've got one. You got one? Everyone's got them. We're called to love. The salvation is based on mercy, love, forgiveness. See, if you're driving down a car, down the road, and you want to change lanes, and you don't look, you could run into someone and hurt someone, yeah? That's why the little blind spot mirrors, they call them. Because everyone's got blind spots, even when you're driving. I love those mirrors. Matter of fact, I don't look in the old mirrors, I just look in the blind spot mirrors. If they're not in there, I can get in there. But we need to understand in our walk in life, before we change lanes, before we do something, we need to look in our blind spot and see if there's anything there that may hurt someone else. Because we all got some. And I pray that God will enlighten you as you seek his face and ask him, God, where's my blind spot? Is there anything that I need to work with that will help me so that I'll be more like Christ and not hurt others and love them more? We look at ourselves, and sometimes we can think ourselves as self-righteous. We know it's right. And you know what? It may be right. But at the end of the day, is it worth winning something and losing a friend? Sometimes we are so strong on things, we will not let go like a bone until we win and have our say, even in relationships. And then what happens is we lose the very thing that we love. Sometimes it's okay to let it go to the wicket keeper, because they'll come through. It's times that we need to look at our motives, our attitudes, our beliefs, so we don't hurt people when we make a shift. Jesus came for the blind to see. Number one. And the second thing is for those who thought they were seeing, that were actually blind. I'm wondering this morning if anything in your life that you think you actually see, you may find that you actually were blind. And the things that you think, I am such a good person, I can see I would never do that, but you're actually blind. Ask God to reveal our blindness in our spiritual walk, in our relationships. Who are you to knock your partner for their attitude when you've got an attitude for knocking them? Come on, am I the only one? I've been married 27 years. I know what it's like. You don't have a good marriage, just you have a good fight. Is that true? Well, hello? Any married people out there? I talked to my sister, my second oldest sister. She said, we've never had a fight in our marriage. I said, how boring is that? How boring is that? That just means that, you're a dictator and he gives in, or vice versa. There's no fight. You've got to work something through, but it's how you fight, what you do with it. Jesus placed mud on the person's eye to see. And maybe we need to find the mud and say, God, place the mud of the things, the filth, the sin, the attitudes, the unforgiveness, whatever that mud is, put it on my eyes so that I may see. I'll wash it off in your river so that I may see and see your way.